Live. Hey everybody, welcome to Monster Monday. Today is what, the 28th? April 28th already. I can't believe that. So hello Misty, welcome back.
Thank you.
To the show after having 2 weeks off?
Yeah.
2 weeks. I know you had a rough spell, so I won't go into it great detail, but everybody on here knows that you lost your mom, and condolences. I'm sorry that
Thank you.
that part of life came about, and it just sucks. And no matter what anybody says or anything like that, it's just hard to deal with a loss like that. So I feel for you, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It's it makes it tough, that's for sure, especially when you see it coming. My grandpa, when he passed away, it was a long time coming, but I remember thinking that it was a blessing for everybody left behind and harder on him. And my friend's grandpa died at the same time. We were both very close to our grandpas. And his grandpa, they came home from a fishing trip, and the next day he just tipped over. And I thought that was a better way to go for him. It was just a shittier way for everybody else. So, I know what you're going through, and have to deal with all that. So I know it's been a rough couple weeks. So I'll give you a virtual hug from, I don't know, 1,300 miles away. That'll be good. Dylan, you can give her a hug. There you go. I knew you'd come through. That's why I sent Dylan a message to give you a hug, because it was too far for me to travel. So that's that. But I wish you well.
Thank you.
All right. I actually made a list so I didn't forget things today. So
nice.
I feel like I'm on track for this. But I did want to start with something that's really cool, because I was going to hit on this a couple weeks ago when I was down in wherever I was out of town on one of the Mondays, but it just didn't have the same feel. So I wanted to show you something that Sparks made me. Nathan, better known as Sparks, he does trophies out of motorcycle parts, and he made me a really cool trophy. So I want to put it on here so you can see it, and then I'm actually going to show it to you. But look at how cool that thing is.
Oh,
I don't know. That picture turned out pretty good. So maybe that's better than what I waited so I could hold it up and show it. But look at the detail of that. Like, he gave me that for doing the 100K last year, obviously. But look at how cool that is, how he has the colors from our logo in the right places. I think that's pretty epic right there. So Sparks, if you're on here, thank you. And if you're not on here, I don't know why you're not on here. You should be. So it should be good, but it's just pretty awesome. I think that it's going to go on the wall. It's really heavy. I'll take that off and I'll actually show it to you so you can get an idea of the size, because it's really, really cool. But look at that thing.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So it's, the brake rotor, and it's got all the chain parts, but then painted and heat treated, and it's really awesome. So I don't know.
Yeah, he is on.
Yeah, he is on. So Sparks, I thank you for that. I was waiting till I could actually show it to people and not just have a picture. So I got it. I had to mail it home to myself because it was a wee bit heavy for me to be ripping around in my box. It didn't even fit in I used the Milwaukee Pack. It didn't fit in that. It fit in a tour pack. So Twister was nice enough to go to UPS and set it home. So that was pretty cool. So thank you, Sparks. He does great work. He's done some trophies for us in the past for different events, for things. And I think it's pretty awesome. So, all right, moving along, because I got notes today. I'm staying on, so I don't turn into Chatty Cathy. I'm staying on track. I did want to send some condolences to the Booze Fighters Motorcycle Club, who lost a member over the weekend. And this member happened to be a friend of mine. He was somebody who's been to my house multiple times. We hung out a lot in Texas, and he was the guy who helped Gavin give me a tattoo of Gavin's drawing the goat. So he's the guy that, if you ever hear me talking about Gavin doing a tattoo when he was 7 years old, Freak Show was the one that took the time to sit with him, kind of show him how to do the, I don't know, I can even show you the tattoo just so people even see it. I don't know, I think most people have seen it, but just in case, you can see the goat there. I don't know if you can see it. There it is.
Yeah.
Our little upside down. But that goat right there, Gavin did it, and Freak Show was the one that, Gavin drew that picture up, and then Freak Show put it on my skin with Gavin, and it was pretty cool. But he was in a motorcycle accident over the weekend, and I found out about it yesterday. But Saturday night, he was in an accident, and it, ended tragically. So to everybody who was friends with him, to all of the boost fighters that I'm still friends with, I'm sorry for such a loss, because that one really hit home. He knew a lot of people, and he was a really good dude out of Houston, and he just had a lot of connections in the motorcycle world. So, condolences to the nation and his family and friends. So sorry about that. And it's just one, it is one of those things that it happens. It happens in life, and it's sad, and it's like the risk that we all are under. And especially, he was a hard charging dude, rides like, hard, like I would ride. And there's just risk that come along with that. So it's just sad when somebody has to pay such a hefty price for a night out, and just a simple mistake of a car, they collide, and it ends in tragedy. So it was really sad to get that news yesterday while I was getting ready to come home. I was getting ready to come home. As everybody knows, I was in the Heart of Texas rally. I'm actually going to do a video of that later this week. I left my GoPro, my motorcycle, so I wanted to get some video from it before I did. But I was in the Heart of Texas rally last week in Texas, and there was a bunch of monsters in it. They all did great. It was a lot of fun. I won't get into great detail about it, but if anybody has any questions, hit somebody up that was doing it. If you think one of these rallies is not for you, you're mistaken. This is, I learned something about the rallies during the Heart of Texas rally, is that rally is really for everybody. Anybody and everybody can do a rally. That rally is run exceptionally well. Hop puts on a rally in November. That's a starter rally, but they're a lot of fun. And I found that they're more entertaining than I thought they would be. My idea of motorcycle rallies were go get drunk and raise hell at Sturgis. And, that was what I always did for rallies. So this is a different kind of rally, and they just give you a book, and there's categories. And this particular rally had 8 categories, and you had to go find 3 things from every category, and you had to go to them. But the thing that's really kind of neat about it is you pick your own route. Nobody gives you a route. Nobody gives you anything. You pick your own route. So if you do shitty, that's just strictly on you. And it really puts your riding ability to the test, because you have to go get these things. You have to be efficient, and you have to look at weather. You have to manage so many things. And I learned so much in my first rally about it. And it was kind of fun. The time just flies by, because you're only traveling 60 miles. You'll be to another site. You got to get a picture. Got to get on to the next one. You got to map it. And I don't know, it's kind of fun. But if you're somebody who cranks out high miles, you can do that. If you're somebody who's going to put on 200 miles a day, you can do it in that rally. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, if you're riding trikes, bikes, whatever it is, there's a little something for everybody. Obviously, if you do 200 miles, you're not going to win the thing. So if you're set out to win it, then you better practice your riding, your mapping, your studying the weather, your efficiency about getting to a site, taking a picture. There's a lot to it. So, but it's a lot of fun. The Heart of Texas rally. Look that up if you want to try a rally, or if you're into it. I highly recommend trying it at least once to see if you like it. And one thing I did kind of dig about it is they make you stop to eat, and they make you stop to sleep. And I thought I would hate that part. I actually liked it, because it was nice sitting down to eat, and you need the time to map anyways. So now you could just sit in a restaurant, order food, and when you go to bed, you have to sleep 4 hours. And I was bitching about that, because I don't sleep 4 hours. I was stopped for 6 hours both nights that I was still in it. So over 6 hours the one night. So the 4 hours, no problem for me, because that just means stopped. That doesn't mean sleeping. So, but you stop the bike, you got a plan for the next day and a map and coming up and looking at points, looking at things. It's just crazy. Yes, and there's a Valkyrie rally for just ladies only in September. But those ladies are a beast, and it says ladies only, but there's no difference in rallies between the men and the women. That just means there's no men out there, competing against them. But if anybody thinks so, I'm gonna go. If some girl thinks I can ride, I'm gonna get in the girls' rally because the girls, well, you're a freaking idiot because those girls can ride. I mean, I was just in a rally. I did not finish it because I had to pull out to go up to Minnesota because I had a family issue. My mother-in-law was in the hospital, so I had to bail on it, and I chose to leave the rally and get up to Minnesota and be with family. So I did that, but I know for a fact I was behind. There were plenty of girls beating me at that point. So I don't know, like just the girls rally only, like it's still beast of riders. And I biffed my motorcycle hard at one of the places, Picture Canyon in Colorado. It's kind of the high desert. And it was like 30 miles of dirt road. And I was in a hurry and I just got going too fast, came around a corner. It was just a foot of sand and I was doing 40 miles an hour. And in hindsight, I should have just slammed on the rear brake and tried to get her down, but I just let off the gas and thought I'll try to get through it. Well, that didn't go so well. And I dumped it on side and it took me a long time to unpack it, to stand it up. And it was all good. But anyhow, so that's that. If you guys want to try that, give it a whirl. And that's why I was in Minnesota. I know most people saw it. I tried to put it out there. I'm pretty much an open book, but I decided to leave the rally when my mother-in-law had to go to the hospital. They thought it was a heart attack. It turned out it was not a heart attack, but she's got some issues with the heart. So I wanted to be there with my wife and, the family. So I was there, and then I left my motorcycle there actually and flew home last night. So after a ton of delays and everything else, we got in at like 3:30 in the morning, but we did get home. So that was all good. Let's see. I'm gonna let you go with the news on the boys, and we'll kind of rock through that. And then I'll get to the geo hunt stuff and a couple of little twists we got coming up. But because I'm gonna chime in with you when you cruise through the news, so we'll be all good to go.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick. I got a lot of news. So
Awesome.
Okay, so I noticed this week that the heroes had been visited by monsters quite a bit. I thought that was kind of a really good deal. I noticed there was a lot of repetition of that going on.
That was awesome.
That's what I thought too. I was like, this is really cool.
And there was so much going on, but the one thing about the rallies, you can't be on social media.
Right.
So like I missed a lot of that, and I still haven't had a chance to catch up on all of it. So that's the only drawback to the rallies. I'm not a fan of that. I think you should be promoting what you do, but that's a whole other story.
Right.
So I did miss it.
So I'm starting with Brody. He got to find coin number 105. I thought that was really cool. And he got to meet Wrongway, Snapshot, Raindrop, Honor, Aaron, Katie, and Greg. He had a blast getting to visit them and hear their stories of riding. And he got to ride on Dooley's bike. So that was pretty cool for him. And he has a doctor's appointment on May 6th coming up, and he's doing his research for his wax museum project on Abe Lincoln at school. And he's only got 15 days left to school.
That's funny. I remember when my kids did the wax museum, where they stood like a wax museum, and then somebody asked them questions, and they kind of come to life and answer it.
Nice.
So I think that's the same thing. So I remember there were some Abe Lincolns. I think my kid was a football player. I think Tom Brady, maybe. I forget, but something like that. It was pretty cool. But that was awesome seeing everybody go there and take him for that coin.
Yeah, that was awesome. Jackson, he had a visit from Brandy this weekend, and she gave him a poker chip from the Harley dealership, and she let him sit on her bike and play music. And I think I saw something where didn't one of the monsters give him a jacket?
Yeah, he had a jacket, but I wasn't sure about that because I know he's got a vest coming too. But he had a jacket, but I only got a glimpse of that. I don't know the details.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but I wanted to say it was Wrong Way, but I may be Frank Orlando. Frank Orlando.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta help her here. I'm still trying to get caught up on social media too. And he gave him a hat too. It was pretty cool. It was a Harley.
Yeah,
A
that was
hat
really
and
cool.
yeah, it was so Frank.
Frankie
So,
Mountains.
Frankie Mountains. Thank you. On to Mr. Gavin. He has about 23 days left of school. They were in Houston on Sunday for dinner with Twister, and then they had a sleep study. This coming weekend, they're heading to the lake for T's birthday party. Gavin's pretty excited because he gets hot tub time. He's looking forward to that.
Why not?
Well, yeah. He finally gets his new leg braces around the first. It's been a year since they had to switch companies, and so he's finally getting those. His new med, the Duvastat, has done amazing things for him in the past year. However, now he's dealing with some different issues like triglycerides shooting up and the platelets going down. So because of this, he has to do a bunch of follow-up labs. I guess it's a common thing, but they've been lucky enough until now that, that it's been working well, but now he's got to have some more blood work done. End of May, he has the Kier Duchenne conference with Turbo and the family. They'll be coming to town. They will also be hosting the Monster Memorial Day barbecue that Sunday.
How fun.
I know that. I want to go to that.
Yep. Busy time.
The boys have been watching NFL drafts, and Gavin says if anyone has connections with the Buffalo Bills, you'll be his new BFF.
That's pretty funny.
He's got a way of working things, don't he?
Yep. Got to be productive.
He does. On to Jack. Jack's back in school today after Easter break. His team won their match Sunday, so they're now in the finals for the FA Cup. Guess Mom said he's over the moon with excitement.
They love that. They get so into that, and I feel bad because I can't follow it at all. And I try to follow it, and I just it compels me to dive out a window. So it's really hard to follow it. And it's just so crazy how three-quarters of the world can be so into soccer. And I watch it, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know if I can take this.
It's funny. Mr. Turbo, he spent the day yesterday with some friends that he had met at a 2023 DMD conference. So Jake, one of the kids, picked him up along with two other friends, and they went to the Peterson Museum. Jake's younger brother has DMD, and they live locally in Orange County. And Jake is in college for automotive, and his goal is to work on Porsches.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. So the fams are busy booking their Texas trip for the conference, booking a van for the week and hotels near Jess. Nicole is planning on getting Turbo's care switched to Los Angeles Children's Hospital. She met the doctor and was very impressed. So she has to see if the insurance will allow them to go out of the county for care.
I hope so.
I know.
You should be able to go anywhere you want for care.
That's what
difference does it make?
Shouldn't, but Friday he has ophthalmology appointment to see if he will need cataract surgery.
Oh, it's always something.
It is something.
At least that's a pretty routine surgery.
That one's routine, but I don't think it's fun though. Still.
I don't know. I don't have any idea. I know a bunch of people had it, but I didn't listen to them if they whined or not, So
my mother-in-law just had it, and I think it went well for her, but
Yeah, you gotta have it. It's one of those things that like it or not, you just have to have it. So that's that.
Mm-hmm. On to Mr. Alfie. His team won on Sunday too and goes on to the finals. I can't follow these guys. There's so many different teams and there's so many.
And they're in the finals. They win a championship, but that don't mean anything. That's another championship for something else the next 2 weeks later. So I don't have any idea.
Yep. And he's super excited too. So that's all I had on Alfie. On to Drew. He got one of his gaming accounts stolen from him He's rebuilding it, but I guess he's really upset about that.
The good news is it'll give him something to do for the next 6 months as he tries to get back up to superstar status. Because when you do that, you got to start at the bottom, and
Bottom.
it takes you a long time to unlock everything and do everything. So,
Mhm.
it sucks, but give him something to do.
There he goes. He's looking forward to friends getting out of school soon so he can hang with them. And his new meds is going well, but they have to up the dose constantly. So they're just hoping that the increase goes well when they get blood draws again.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's constantly something, but it's going well so far.
Yeah, it is always something. And the meds and the treatments these boys get, it's like they find one thing that works and it works, but then it does something shitty on another end. It's like there's not just a yes, this works great, and everything's fine. So that's kind of a bummer.
It is. The only other thing I have is Crazy Ladies are on day 118.
118. It's amazing that they can do that. I keep struggling to get even a weekend. So that is amazing. Now, at least now it's a nice time a year, and things should be good for them as far as weather goes. You can pick out at least it's not freezing cold. They're not dealing with snow. So that's a little bit better. But, they get left behind sometimes. We got so many things going on in Monsterland that, these girls are doing such an amazing feat, and then it's kind of like, oh, look at the girls ride. Oh, they rode again. But did people forget how hard that actually is?
It is
to do
challenge.
anything. I think to do anything every day is just beyond tough. But they're doing it.
I drug my bike out Saturday. I got to go for about a 5-mile ride. That's first time.
Hey, well, 5 miles is the start.
Or 10. I don't know. Maybe whatever it was, but that's all I've rode. But
I'm like at 10,000 miles so far, and I plan on doing not many miles this year, but I guess that's going to be out of the thrown out the window too.
Yeah,
Probably still end up with 50,000. I thought I was going to take it easy, but oh well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's good. But I got as far as the boys go, I know some of you saw the coins we have coming that they're in, but they're not going to be available to everybody yet. I want to get them to the boys, and I got to get them sent to Ireland, and then they'll be available on the website. But I did want to take a second to show you the coins. We had the coins made to match their number. So this is Drew's coin, obviously, number 11. And the back. So
that's so cool.
I'll let you check them out on the website when we get them, but that's Drew's, and here we got Elfie's coin here. I don't know if you can even read that. The Juggernaut.
Kinda, yeah.
But there's a front and a back, and they have things on them. It says Elfie, it says a hero. It says, they have a little slogan, fight for Elfie, a little thank you to it. But the number 7 for Turbo. So, like I say, they all have a front and a back. The backs kind of say the same thing on all of them. If they have it, the King of Cars, a little thank you, superhero. Here's Gavin's. But I think these turned out pretty cool. When I reached out to him about if they could do numbers, and he said they could do a number. So that's why we did the 2 for the Crazy Ladies as well. There's Brody's. And I think they delivered his coins to him, to Brody. I think somebody have to chime in and let me know for sure, but I think they were all delivered to him. And got so many kids, got a lot of coins to show. I dig it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Little CC's coin, and here's Jack's. So they're kind of fun. I kind of like them. They're numbered. So what the boys have, like I have Elfie's in my hand. So Elfie is number 12. So all of the number 12 coins, Elfie's going to get all 7 of these coins. So every hero has their number, but they have all the numbers that are numbered if you follow that. Like this number 13, but you see the number 12 in the bottom? That's where the number.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a number 12. Each coin is numbered 1 to 100. So Gavin's number 13, so he has all the coins that are numbered 13. Jack is 17. He has all the coins that are numbered 17. So nice and simple. All right. But they'll be available. I'm not sure about next week, but if not next week, the week after that. And they're going to be on our website, and they're going to be in a set where you just buy the set and you get all 7 coins, all of the kids' coins. I think that's how we're going to do it. Don't hold me to it because that might change. So that will be good. All right. The bike nights. I did want to touch on a couple things we got coming up. The bike nights, the week of bike nights, that is in August. I don't know if Trip is on here, Honor. So if Honor's on here, I'd like you to hit me up tomorrow because I need some help with this. And I was gonna, she's super qualified, so I was gonna, put her on the spot on the show and see if she is. So if you hit me up tomorrow, I got a task I could use some help with for the bike nights. That is the week of August, the 11th, and we have 6 nights of bike nights, Monday through Saturday. And any bar, restaurant, dealership, bike shop, your house, it doesn't matter to us what you do. We're just trying to have the monster week of bike nights. 6 nights of bike nights from coast to coast, from Canada to Mexico, border to border, coast to coast. And there's going to be a lot more of that coming up. But for now, I just wanted to remind you of that and see if Honor will help me with it. You already hit on the crazy ladies. So that leads us to the Geo Hunt, which everybody's patiently waiting for. Because tonight we have to unlock some hints, some clues. Let me get my thing, and we have some twist coming up as well. So the twist, I guess I'll go to unlocking first. I had this written down, but I don't know what I did with it. So bear with me 1 second. I don't know how I can lose anything when I'm actually sitting. All right, here we go. So
Honor is on here.
She is on there. Oh, awesome. So Honor is like super qualified. I don't know why I didn't think of this a month ago or 2 months ago when I was planning this, but it just came to me when I was riding my motorcycle, why I'm struggling doing things I'm not any good at when I have somebody like Honor who's been asking me what she can help with. And so you'll see a great improvement for the bike nights moving forward. So that'll be good. All right, let's get this to the stage and get me on the right track here for starters. Everybody can see that. I don't know if you see this. I took all of the coins that had been found and took it out. So there's no more, just for the purpose of the show. So you can see, how many we have left, because it seems like a lot of coins are being found and, people are really rocking through the coins and blah, blah, blah. But we still have 50 coins remaining. Originally, we had planned to have, 100 coins. We ended up having more than that. But, our plan was to have 100. So we're still at, about half of what we had planned. So I think that's pretty good. And as you see, some of them are a little tough to find. I don't think there's any left that are just, you can look at a picture and figure it out. Just a matter of getting there. Somebody figured out the Roswell one over the weekend. Robert figured that out and went there, but there's a couple, and a few of them, the coins, I thought we would lose 10 coins. I don't know why I thought that, but for whatever reason, I thought we would lose 10 coins. And that's why I wanted to put some extra ones out there, because I wanted to have about 100 available for people to find. And, there's been a few. So that's what the green ones are for. If you stop there and you want to check it out, no problem. Go there and check it out. You might find it, but there's been several people at most of these that, like 25, that was in Oklahoma. That is not there. Do not go there. I was there myself. I talked to the people. Somebody knocked it off. It was in a plant thing. They knocked the plant thing off the wall. They didn't know what it was about, and they kept it. So that one's gone for sure. But these other ones, if you stop there and you think you can find it, 42, that's not there either. The one in Key West, I think it's there. I looked myself. I didn't find it. So it's up to you, but I don't think they're there. That's why we're marking these in green. I wouldn't spend a lot of time looking for them. I do have a question on number 28 because somebody paid to unlock that. So now it is going to be open for everybody. But I'm not sure he went and found it because that was behind a fence. the coordinates are right there. Everybody's going to see that's in the Alamo in Texas. So it's at the Alamo, and there had been other people that were at that site, and it was fenced off. So I'm not sure if he recovered it or not. New Mexico, somebody unlocked that yesterday. So that is going to be, or the weekend. And I'm not sure if they were talking about leaving that one for somebody, because I saw something on social media when I got done with the rally, but I'm not sure about it. But somebody unlocked it and they haven't claimed it yet. So that means it's open for everybody. So that is going to be available. And 89 was a good laugh because Mark was in Maine and he wanted to unlock it because he was sure of where it was. And then he unlocked it to find out it's in Nevada. So I thought, good luck with that. Iceman did a 500-mile FUBAR, and Mark said, hold my beer. I got this one, 2,500 miles. He was off, and he instantly thought, well, somebody's going to be very happy on Monday when it gets released to everybody. So I did think that was kind of funny. And so I thought that was pretty good. And some others that got it, we can release those. So they're going to be freed up. Number 12. Number 12 is hit number 2. Alan is going to unlock this one with the funds he raised. So clue number 1, it's in New York. Stop in for a beer or bite. Parking may be a bit tight. And the clue number 2, when no one knows your name. So you can try to figure out where that is in New York. And if you do, you can have it. Otherwise, you can pay to get that unlocked. And the coordinates will get you right to it. But that's a pretty fun one. Whoever does find that one, get some good pictures and probably hit me up before you go there. And if you're standing outside, let me know and I'll kind of help you out a little bit with a couple things just to make it a little more enjoyable. Coin number 117. This one, the state is not unlocked, but clue number 2 is about to be. So the first clue, 117, the ride in will be awful and people galore. And clue number 2 is if you take a bike, train, boat, or hike, just get to the point. So, and all these clues, like after you find the coin, they'll make much more sense, obviously, but they do have something to do with all of them. So if you, if you read the clues, look at the picture, and then you kind of figure some stuff out. Kim Martin had one that was not, but she didn't get up to us about what it was. So what we've been doing is going right down the line and unlocking clues. So it looks like Utah is going to get unlocked thanks to Kim Martin. So this one is in Utah, number 27. Yeah. Oh, now I remember this one. A goat may know this place well. He saw it up close when he fell. So if you follow the monsters and kind of know where that is, at this one, if you figure out where that is, happy hunting. Put it that way. All right. So then Rachel Baldwin also had a clue. So this one is another one, number 30. And Mandy, number 30 wasn't unlocked by anybody, was it? I know somebody was thinking about it. Okay, it wasn't. I was right on this one. He was going to be unlocked, but he couldn't because it's in Maine. So here's the first clue for number 30. Thank you to Rachel Baldwin. You can run here if you like, but it was a journey for Riot on his bike. So you can figure that one out as well. And read the clues. The next one will definitely tell you where it is. This is one that the clues we're going to give it away for sure if it even takes all of the clues, but it's just kind of fun. Scott Townsend unlocked clue number 8. Where am I going here? Clue number 8, the second one. So this is the second clue to number 8. You know it's in Arizona. Their first clue, I'm not sure that unlocked it all. There we go. Can you see that okay?
I don't know if we're missing the first half of it.
Maybe.
It's on this road.
Oh yeah.
Is that how it starts?
Yep.
Okay.
That is how it starts.
Okay.
Oops. I don't know what the hell I got going on here. But anyhow, the first clue is one of the hardest to find despite having a view that is one of the best. On this road, you will be up high, slow down, or you will race on by. So good luck. Happy hunting. It's in Arizona. That doesn't narrow it down a lot. But if you find yourself getting to that point, then I would definitely pay attention to the clues. I don't think anybody's going to figure this one out without the GPS coordinates. There's a few of them that I didn't think people would get without it. So there's that. But that's everything that's unlocked for now. But there is going to be some twist, and we're going to have a wheel spin because Dooley had a spin, and I know Dooley's on here. So the winner of this spin is going to get to unlock a coin. So we're going to see who that is, and they're going to unlock the coin for themselves to go and get it. But if they don't get it or they pick one to unlock, then next Monday it's going to come out. So I just got to get the wheel up here, and it'll be good to go. Share screen. All right. Why is this not just going on to it? Oh, because I got to click the button. Here we go. So here's the wheel. Dooley has it all set up. These are people who donated more than $10 today. So I credit them. I like that people come up with creative ways to raise $300 to get a coin unlocked. And somebody may have donated $10 or $20 and get their name in it. So I'm going to hit the shuffle. What's a good number to hit the shuffle? How many times?
3 times.
3. So 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to, my daughter's name is on the winning line right now. So that means she's not going to win for sure. And here we go. So whoever wins this will get to unlock a coin of their choice. And next Monday, you're all going to see this. So Don, let's see if I have his whole name written. I'm not even sure who that was. Don Jordan. Whoever Don Jordan is, and he may have, I don't know, I would assume he's a hunter because that's what this was for. But if not, then Dooley gets his spot. He can pick it. So it's all good. Doesn't matter to me who picks it. It's all good. Now we have a couple twists. This is the part that I was hoping people are going to be paying attention to. We might post it tomorrow, but you need to pay attention to this. So let me get my twist and board. All right. There's a couple of them. One, I am making this up to somebody because I screwed up one of the coins. I had a coin listed in North Carolina, and he looked all over North Carolina, could not find it, and he bought the coordinates to find out it was in Virginia. So I was like, oops, my bad. And I told him I'd make it up to him, and he said he'd like me to make it up to the team instead. So this is for Tripod, who went out and found Drew's coin number 11 and searched the Blue Ridge Parkway up and down North Carolina, only to have to go to Virginia. I was pretty close. It was a little bit, it was a little bit north of the border in Fancy Gap, Virginia. And I don't know how the hell that happened. So I'm hoping I didn't do that very often, but I did. So on Friday, Team Respect is going to get a coin unlocked. Team Respect is going to get one coin unlocked on Friday morning. They have the weekend to get it. So Tripod's going to pick the coin, and whatever coin number he tells me, we're going to unlock it on Friday morning. Anybody on Team Respect will get that full coin. And then if you don't have it, if it's not found by Monday, then everybody's going to see it here on Monday night next week. And yeah, Tammy, no wonder why you couldn't find it. If you're looking for 11 and you're frustrated, that was my bad. Let's see. Now that was just a helping hand kind of thing to make up for Tripod not being able to find that. Now the real twist. Now this is a twist, so you pay attention, because starting today for 7 days, you can only hunt within your team zone. So if you are Team Compassion, you can only hunt in the Compassion zone. And if you don't know where that is, then you better find out somebody who does, because I would start by looking at our logo. I would start by understanding what our logo is and what the colors mean. And that's all on the website. But you can only hunt. So if you're on Team Respect for 7 days, you can only hunt within Team Respect. There you go. There you go. You can add that picture. I was going to add that picture.
Sorry, it was that one.
Yeah, that's fine. So here's a map of the states. That's where the coins have been found. Not really so far, because I didn't update that since the other day, but kind of give you an idea. So you have 7 days that you have to hunt within your team zone. The only exception to that rule is the coin that Tripod unlocks. So when he unlocks that, whatever coin, Team Respect can go out of theirs for that one coin. But other than that, Team Respect has to hunt within Respect. Compassion has to hunt within Compassion, and so on. So honor.
Okay.
So anyhow,
That's pretty cool.
If you know your team, that's where you have to hunt for the next 7 days. So next Monday, we'll see how that went. But this is one of the twists that comes up. And on top of that, twist number 2 is teams can combine your money to unlock coins. So if each team member raises $40, you can add those up and discuss it amongst yourself or whatever and unlock a coin. So Team Compassion says, oh, why don't we all raise $30 and all 10 of us will unlock coin whatever, 117, and let's go get that coin or whatever. So that's that. Those are the 2 twists, the new twists for this week. And the other twists still stand because they have not been undone. So you can only get 1 in your state. So if you've already gotten, or 1 per state. So if your Team Honor and you've got us, I don't want to name states because then somebody doesn't know what they are. They'll know what that means. So you know what it is. And everything is on our website. Everything is on our website, and everything is within this picture. So if you understand this picture, you'll understand it just fine. So that will be good. So that's the twist that we have. I think we might put them on the website. I'll talk to Mandy and see what she says. We'll get another opinion or make people watch a show and watch it, whatever. But that's the twist. 7 days hunting within your team zone. So within your team zone, and you can combine money within your team. So stay tuned. That's for 1 week. That might stand in a week from now. That might stand for a month. Who knows? But this is part of the game. So expect the unexpected. Expect things that you don't like. Maybe, this isn't going to please everybody. It's not meant to, just have people rush out and find the coins and be like, oh, I've got them all. We're all good. This is a fundraiser for 7 kids to come to, the world famous Misty's backyard. So that's what this is all about. We're just raising money so we can make sure we get our kids to Minnesota in September. So keep that in mind if you're angry with me, if you live in Washington and that's not your your zone, and now you have to go hunt somewhere else and it's impossible. I'm sorry about that. So if you live in Lebanon, Kansas, you got it pretty good, because no matter what team you're on, at least you can get out and get to that zone. So happy hunting, everybody. We'll keep you updated on everything, and we will keep things posted the best we can. We'll talk about it on our Facebook page and our group, and you can share it. And it's just about having fun. This is, for me, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Man, I really appreciate everybody going out and taking pictures. I'm trying to save all the pictures of everybody that finds a coin and some of the hunting stuff, people that fan on it and stuff, because I want to put that all together at the end. So I really do appreciate that. And I hope everybody else is having as much fun watching people hunt as I am.
Mhm.
I knew I would really enjoy it because I'm the one that put them there. So it like takes me down memory lane, but I think some people are having fun, and I'm getting a lot of texts, a lot of notes from you hunters, thanking me for pushing you to get to that spot or to go check that out or go look or do whatever. And, I really like a good video, a good something. There might not be one in Lebanon. That's one of the mystery ones that I couldn't give you a clue if you wanted to. I'll explain all that at the party in September, but I kind of think I'd look by the monument if I was going to look in Lebanon myself, but we'll see. That's that. So stay tuned. There's a couple bonus coins that have been dropped, and tomorrow I may or may not give a clue to where they are. So stay tuned. And the dropped coins are just simply going to be the clues that will give it away, and the first one to go and get it gets it. It's not going to be a rocket science. And coin 79, that is on the board, and there are no pictures in the book. That is one that I lost the pictures for, and I could not. So when I didn't have the picture, I didn't have the location. Well, I was out riding last week or 2 weeks ago now, I guess it was, whenever I went by it, and I recognized it. I stopped in the middle of the night and checked it out, and it was still there. So that one is in play. There's not a picture in the book. As soon as somebody unlocks the state, I'll show the picture. So that will be good. If you unlock the state, I'll show you the picture, and you can go from there. So it was all good. Dropped coins do not adhere to Team Zone. Dropped coins are totally separate. That's just a drop the bonus coins. And they are the coins that you guys all bought with Mandy. They're just these coins right here, because they're going to get you in a prize pool at the end. That's a little bit different, a little bit fun, but that's what they're for. Yeah. So anyhow, they're just going to be but that's a great question. So I appreciate that. But other than that, happy hunting. Work your zone. I don't even know who's in what team, what zone, whatever. So whatever that is, good luck. You got anything else to add, Misty?
No, just thinking.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people like Wrong Way right now is like, oh, like now he's like looking at a map, he's studying because he's a planner, and he's a planner, and he's got his book right now, and he's like, well, what the hell is in my, all right, what team am I on? Like a bunch of people are like, how do I know what team I'm on? Like, how does that work?
There's a lot of people asking that.
And if you're not on what team, and if you didn't sign up for a team, Mandy's going to get bombarded. So maybe Mandy better put something about you got to pick a team. So when you signed up for Give Butter, if you did not pick a team, you better have one this week. And the teams are going to be super important. So if you're somebody who did not pick a team, you want to be on a team. So because especially right now, if you're not on a team, you're just hosed. So yeah. And if you're not on a team and you don't know, and Mandy, you're watching, we'll spin a wheel and put you on a team.
Alan said you wrecked his day for tomorrow. Sorry, Alan.
That's awesome, Alan. That was a side effect of the plan, but I think that's pretty funny. But if anybody's not on a team, Mandy will spin a wheel, put you on a wheel. You got a 1 in 4 chance of what team you'll end up on. So that's how we'll do it, or we'll flip coins, something fast, so we can just get you on a team without you picking, because I don't want somebody to say, oh, I live here, so yeah, I want to be on Team Respect because this is here or whatever. So you don't get those benefits. Nobody else did when they signed up 2 months ago or 3 months ago. So it's all good. But these are the twists. I love them. This is what it's all about. So there's going to be more. So this has been a couple so far. And I know, like I say, they don't fit into everybody's schedule and everybody, but just remember, this is about the boys. This isn't about having it super easy or whatever. It's about fundraising, about talking about it, about having fun. And, whining will do nothing for me any given day. If anybody whines about anything, I don't get 2 shits, but, so that doesn't do any good. But this especially is just about the boys and having them, and all of your work hunting and all of your work raising money at the Bash and Crash in September. You're going to see the fruits of of your labor. You're really going to see what it means to these kids to hang out for the weekend and be catered to, and you riding motorcycles and playing games and laughing and being the center of attention and being standing up on a stage during a banquet. Like that is, the highlight of their year. So
It's going to be awesome.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. So everybody,
138 days.
138 days. Oh my God, I got so much to do. I need somebody else to run another thing for me. So I'll get another volunteer. Maybe I'll reach out to Face Jessica, Value out there. She's another one that's good at some things. So put her to work too. She always works behind the scenes and doesn't get any credit for it. So maybe I'll put her right out in center so she can run one more thing. So it'll be all good. But anyhow, I appreciate the help from everybody. Thank you, darling. Again, good luck with everything. And that's that. Dylan, thank you. Perfect. Now my day is complete. So happy hunting, everybody. Good luck looking at the map, figuring out what zone you're in, what team you're on, and where you can go, and
where we can't go. And
yeah, exactly. And team respect. You hopefully your one coin you get unlocked by Tripod. When I send a message, he can pick a coin that come Friday and he can unlock it. Hopefully it's where you can go get it. But don't sweat it if it's not, because there's going to be lots of twists coming up, lots of turns, lots of things that are have you go, wait, what did he just say? So stay tuned for that. So that's that.
Awesome. Exciting.
All right, we'll see everybody later. Peace.
Good night.